All right, good evening. I'd like to call to order the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency Board meeting December 16th, 2025 at 5:04 p.m. here in Riverhead Town Hall. And first point in terms, I'd like to just acknowledge a quorum with 4 members present tonight. Second item of business would be to ask the board to accept tonight's agenda. May I have a motion?
I'll move.
All right, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much. Next would be a consideration of the minutes for our meeting of September 8th, 2025. Have you had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
All right, may I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Treasurer's report, Doug?
Okay, for the period of November 2025, we had a balance in the M&T bank account as of November 30th of $189,216.96. The Hanover Bank Now account had a balance of $182,697. Interest earned for the month was $617.69 at an APY of 3.04%. The project deposit account had earned interest of $2.61 in the month, and there was a bank charge of $22. The month-end balance was $31,793.56. Revenues for the month of November 2025, including interest earnings of $499.56, project fees of $130,000, and an application fee of $4,000. Expenses through the month of November totaled $23,354.48. And we had an M&T Bank One credit card charge that amounted to $148.12.
All right.
Could I have a motion to accept the Treasury report?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I'd also like to ask you to make a motion to approve Resolution 31-25, which would be accepting a report of expenses and authorizes payment of bills up until today.
Could I have a motion?
Please.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. Correspondence, our only correspondence, a significant one, is a letter of retirement of our executive director for many years, Tracy Stark James, and her final day was November 14th of this month. And I'd simply like to say that we all wish Tracy very, very much a good retirement, and that she will be very, very missed as we tried to organize this meeting tonight. I can assure you she was very, very missed. And I can only say that with her long tenure here and also with other departments within the town, all engaged in development of the town, she is an individual who has put in an incredible amount of time and effort to making this town a better place. And I think we all appreciate that very, very much.
Very well said.
And we thank her for it.
Yes.
We certainly do, and as we hope the whole town does as well. And I'm sure there'd be more to say, but I would simply like the board to accept the resolution accepting her letter of retirement.
So, go ahead.
I'll make the motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any other comments? Is that fine for now? All right, thank you. There are no committee reports tonight from the Audit, Governance, or Finance committees. And that brings us to old business, which is the amended application of 205 Osborne in some terms. Hello, Peter, how are you?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Curry, Farrell Fritz, 400 RXO Plaza, Uniondale, New York, 11556. I'm here on behalf of the developer. The board should have in front of it our most recent correspondence. The application, our most recent correspondence of October 16th, answering a list of questions that Tracy had with regard to the project. As residents of the town, you can see how far the project has come since the last time we were here in January. I believe it was January of this year. The project is materially complete. Looking forward to the installation of the elevators. and maybe another 10 weeks before a certificate of occupancy is issued. And we're here tonight on behalf of the developer, I'm here tonight on behalf of the developer, to request sales tax abatement on any remaining materials that are there and a modification of the pilot so that it would commence, given where we are now, I think we have to commence December 1, 2026 and run for the term thereafter. That was under the original documents.
Yeah, Peter, I think, any member of the board wishes to jump in. I think we're trying to clarify essentially all the requests that have been made in information terms and ensure that the various submissions are supplementary, if you know what I mean, and all meant to be included in the amended application. And I think there's some confusion as to whether or not all of those developments have been included in the application. There's a series of letters and emails and so forth, and I think we've been trying to patch that together to understand the full story. But I know some of my board members have some particular questions, but we asked you here this evening in the context of this public meeting to simply talk to us about the application. And maybe could Mr. Pacey give us a brief outline as to where we are today in terms of the overall project?
Sure. I'd be happy to have Mr. Pacey come up and discuss that. And I would have to say that the latest documentation, and some of it supersedes prior correspondence that occurred between us and Tracy and the board. It really is encompassed in the current application as well as the letter of October 16th. That was meant to be the final submission, and that did involve a decent amount of updating from prior correspondence. As you could guess, the budget for this project was somewhat elastic, both because of the prior developer and what happened with funds that were originally advanced by his investors, as well as increases in the project costs, increases in interest rates, and other things that caused us to come up with a budget that in the original application was $19,400,000 approximately, and ended up being $24,400,000 approximately. So I think when we talk about those cost increases, Mr. Pacey certainly can do that. Unfortunately, a lot of that is due to the fact that the original investment wasn't exactly put into the building, wasn't put in well, required that work be redone, that had originally been done, and has brought us to where we are today, where even now we still don't have a certificate of occupancy for the project, but it's a hell of a lot further along than it ever was before.
Approximately how much in terms of construction cost is left for completion?
I'm sorry, I can't.
How much more is it going to cost to reach completion of the construction?
Well, I'll let Mr. Pacey come up and speak to those particular. You want it, John?
Hi, Board. Thank you for having me. So, like Peter said, this budget and the advances, one from Dine Bank and from my former partner and I, a lot of that money, I believe, was stolen. It just is what it is, and something I can't control. What you do have in front of you is my wife and I, Kelly and I, are funding the rest of this project, okay? We are in the process right now. All of our apartments are completed on the electric side. We have just ordered 70 kitchens and vanities. All of our bathrooms are completed. The floors on the second floor are halfway completed. On Wednesday, half of the kitchens will be delivered to the building. So we are in the final stages, interior-wise. There is heat in the building, okay? We are in the final stages right now of spackling the 4th and 5th floor. My builder, Ken McAvoy, is here. The outside, we had just run the electric lines across the road, so we are getting the final electric into the building this week. The water is hooked up. We have 2 RPZ valves that we've gone back and forth with the water district at Riverhead about what was submitted. We had to redo those plans, so we've had some government back and forth that has taken a little bit longer. We are waiting for the sewer connection to be approved. And once that is done, the site work in that building will have a parking lot done. We've already outsourced the contractor to do the parking lot. The elevator company, TKE, stored our elevator. We paid for the elevator for a second time. They delivered the elevator. We're waiting for them to install it. They should be there this week. That project will take about 5 weeks. They said a week per floor to install the elevator. And once that elevator is installed, I have Hanover Bank that wants to lease 2,200 square feet of the ground floor to be the anchor tenant in the building. They are, Paul, my attorney, O'Brien, is back and forth on a lease. They're waiting for your approval because they want to know what kind of taxes they're going to pay over the next 20 years. So there's a lot of things here that I am waiting on you, because once I get your approval, I will have a ground tenant. That building will be wrapped and ready to start pre-leasing the apartments. And I believe I am end of February, early March, to having people in that building and showing them. We will have, by the end of this week, the corner unit on the second floor, the kitchen will be complete, the bathroom will be complete, and the floors will be done, and we will take photos to put on our website to start pre-leasing this building. So I know the process with the IDA was a challenge. When you ask me what the cost is to complete this, I just funded $1.5 million to the operating budget personally last week to get this moving. I do believe I'll probably have to fund another $1.1 million to finish it, because the leasing costs will be pretty expensive, but that's not on you. That's going to be on me to get the building up and leased and to get those ground floor retail spaces done. I want to do it. I want to complete it. I want to get rid of Dime Bank and get the building loan off of my plate, because I believe the way they funded this project was not right. I don't believe their engineers went in and signed off on all the advances that they made to the former developer.
Where are you in terms of Dime Bank? That loan, at least by what was submitted in the application, should have matured sometime during this past year.
I have a 6-month extension.
You do have an extension agreement.
I'm not asking Dime Bank for another dollar.
Okay, that was not included in the package, an extension agreement. So,
That may have occurred since the last submission.
But the Dime Bank loan
Yeah.
is,
Well, the commitment letter was in, but the extension that we got from the maturity of the loan was not included.
Paul, is there, am I off base? Because he's been talking to Dime Bank, but I'm paying interest each month.
You guys can just come up and sit down here, why not? I mean, yeah,
We'll stay.
you know,
And if you guys can hear without the microphone, was it with Dime Bank? I believe it was a built-in.
It's gotta be part of the record.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Have them sit at the table.
Okay, so if you sit at the table, you're all,
Absolutely.
you're all
Okay, great.
there, yeah.
So, as for the Dime Bank loan, I believe it was a built-in extension within the lending product. There was no signature of additional paperwork or fees charged.
it was a 2-year loan with 2 6-month extensions that would have expired by its terms during this past year. So my question is, what is the status of that loan? Is there an extension of that loan, or do we have a technical issue because the loan is matured?
The loan has not matured. Dime has extended it further, and our current maturity date is February of 2026.
And you have that in writing?
Yes, from Dime Bank, and I can procure whatever paperwork the board
Okay,
would like to
well,
that effect.
I'd like to see a copy of the extension agreement as part of the file.
And the loan is up to date. I'm paying interest on the loan.
So it's completely drawn down, I presume?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not, okay. But with no intention to draw any further?
There's no intention to draw
Okay.
any further. I just want to be clear on that.
So the idea then is that in February, you're going to refi, is that what you're going to do? Okay.
I can refi. They said they would extend another 3 months until I get the building leased out, as long as I pay the interest.
Other questions? questions that you had, Lee? You had a couple of that thought.
I do. This is probably more directed to Peter. In your Exhibit 4, 3A, on the project costs incurred to date, and also in terms of soft costs, are all the soft costs in there? They seem to be missing both costs for marketing as well as costs for, hold on a moment, project management and project manager salaries and things like that. I don't see that anywhere in the project costs.
The budget I would do for the IDA would not include things like marketing and other things that are not IDA related.
Well, they would be part of soft costs, right? You have a description of, you have a detail of the soft costs as part of the application.
I do, but in any application I've ever done for any of the IDAs I've done business with, I don't include marketing, lease-up costs, and things like that as part of the application. Those are operational costs. They're not what I would consider to be construction-related costs.
Well, that's something that
I think we had this issue before. Is it the contingency also that's considered?
Sure.
Outside of the current total project costs, right?
Yeah, the contingency is in there, but we don't have project management, we don't have marketing costs. Those are all, soft costs. I don't know if Terrell has a, Terrell, would you, Terrence, would you include those costs within the budget?
Typically, what we see, just for purposes of an IDA application, is project costs. So it'd be acquisition, construction, renovation costs like that. And so I agree, just in our normal experience with what we see with what Peter said.
But there's a detail of soft costs. So the question is, would those items be included in a detail of soft costs?
If I can answer, my answer would be, there's detail of soft costs related to the acquisition and construction of the project, not to the marketing and lease-up of the project. Again, I've never included them in IDA budget because the IDA is giving benefits related to acquisition and construction.
What about costs for project management?
Project, you do have a development fee in here.
Development fee, yes.
Yeah.
So because I had this conversation with Tracy, and the management company is my own, Lux Management LLC, that manages my other building at 331 East Main Street. When I tell you I am investing in this project, and my wife, across the board to finish this, not only am I building it, not only will I complete it, I am going to lease it out through my management company. This is John Pacey sitting in front of you, telling you I'm doing everything. I'm the one putting my own, I'm not a silver spoon kid. I'm a football player from Huntington High School, okay? This is our money. There's no investor but me. And Tracy should have, over the last 4 months, and I have been very specific with her with emails and phone calls, asking her other details that she needed without one response back to me.
Well, the October 16th letter was really the final, but really, to answer your question, we do not typically include those costs. They're operational costs. I wouldn't include covering operating expenses either.
I don't have it in front of me, so. Okay, that'll have to be part of our review with Terrence. Just to ensure that the soft costs that are included, that the soft costs that are incurred in the development of the project are included, and those that are marketing, those types of things after the project is completed are not included in the for IDA purposes. For the project cost.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's something that we'll have to discuss with Terrence.
Okay.
All right.
One of the questions I had was I believe it was in the October package of information, there was included an agreement with the contractor, X-Max, is it? Mac, okay. So it referenced, the only thing I saw was that it referenced it as being the first amendment to the agreement between the parties. I don't recall seeing the actual agreement.
I think we have that.
Do we?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
I think I read it yesterday.
Ken McAvoy is with us here today.
Okay.
I
I saw that it was referencing the First Amendment, so it was a very short and sweet agreement, but I did not have in my package of information the original.
The company
You
is
have it?
working on 3 different projects for me.
Okay, good. As we mentioned,
Just
it's
the
kind
one
of been
still in with you, is he?
He is an investor, but he will no longer be funding the project.
okay. So,
As of right today. That could change, but
so is the applicant name going, or the names on the application going to change?
not at
Because
this
this gentleman's name is on here.
time. I just said he won't be funding capital,
Okay,
okay? He still is a partner
He's still
in
part-
the
okay.
project. But the percentage ownership, as you don't fund capital, will change over time, but that's not something I can control at this point with the application.
okay, I got you.
Other thoughts, questions?
I'd just like to ask, I am trying to get this building leased up. Hanover Bank is a big component of this building. They will bring business to the town. The lease that I have, that Paul is working on with Hanover Bank, a lot of it is determined by this IDA, getting them in that building.
Well, I have two things to point out. One is that in your discussion with Tracy regarding 331 East Main and a potential tenant there, I think she sent you a pretty detailed explanation of the information that's required by the agency to review a subtenant and just follow that roadmap for Hanover and send us the information.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
In terms of the tax calculations and that, I thought, well, am I wrong? I thought we have a pilot that's basically been designed.
it has been.
Right.
But if the
So-
application is not approved, I am worried about the tax implications, and so is
I
Hanover
see you
Bank.
mean the amended
The
application.
amendment.
Yes, okay. 'Cause I don't see calculation-wise too much changing, but maybe the timeline would shift a bit, yeah. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
To ensure we keep the communication moving along with respect to submitting the package of information relative to Hanover Bank, who is our point of contact now?
It's director at Riverhead IDA
So
is the.
send it all there
email, And all that is being monitored.
We will submit that. We just didn't hear back from, and unfortunately, the tenant that I had at 331 Main Street walked away because they wouldn't give me the information needed.
They wouldn't give it to you. Well, okay.
I just,
Was that the, am I right? Was it a hair salon?
barber shop.
Oh,
Okay, okay. They were gonna move across town or something, right? Or, no.
I thought it was total,
To set up the pilot date is an extension of the completion date that was in the original documents. So really, by allowing the completion date to be, say, April 30th or whatever it is of next year, we then allow for the pilot to kick in December 1 of 2026. So, technically, that is a request that we're making here.
And what about the sales tax, Peter? There was.
Most of the sales tax has been used up, but the build-out with Hanover Bank will require a heavy
Let's talk
expenditure.
about this. I've been paying sales tax because I don't have,
But that's a request that we're making now. So, we'd ask for an extension of the sales tax abatement, which means that if the board are to approve that now, then you could start using it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
everything that I've bought over the last 6 months, I've been paying sales tax.
Well, there's also the problem with the original,
I
perhaps
understand.
use
I
of
understand.
non-use of
Listen,
sales tax
I'm
by
not-
the original developers. So whatever the sales tax was, has not been used up by any stretch of the imagination.
so are we looking to increase the amount? No, nothing's increasing, that's,
I don't think it was used.
It wasn't used. Right.
okay. I'm just saying, if we increase anything from the original project, then we'll have to have a public hearing and all that, but I just want to confirm that none of the terms of the IDA project are changing or being requested to be changed except for the start date of the pilot.
I think,
Yeah.
I think basically the sales tax calculation came out to some 700 or so thousand.
Right, of which 199,000
There
was
you go.
used,
All right,
leaving
so
a
it's-
balance
it's
of about
500.
502,000 that would
But it's
need to
costing
be.
$4 million more to get the project finalized. That's why I asked the question.
That would be,
Well, the reason, I just want to be clear. That $4 million that we say is extra, that money was never used for the project.
I gotcha.
So it's not like someone's trying to say, I bought this beautiful wood mode kitchen and it was shipped to Lloyd Harbor where the gentleman lived. They didn't use that, they didn't use this address, they just stole the money from the accounts. You follow me? Like that $4 million disappeared, and it's amazing. And the FBI, we're gonna read a big story about this someday.
Sure.
Okay? But I just wanna be clear that the proceeds that were supposed to be used for 205 Osborne never went into the building. And that's why only $100,000 of sales tax was used, because he didn't buy any product.
Right, the hard costs are essentially the same, you just have a $4 million overrun.
And
And the costs were
result
not
of
used
the
for the actual
prior
construction.
developer's fraud.
Correct.
so that's why giving you a budget, which Tracy couldn't understand, and I didn't have the details to say the money was stolen, now I have details and information, and we are aggressively fighting this with the FBI and other parties.
So to get back to the purpose of why we're here, we are asking the board at this time for that extension, for the reinstatement of the sales tax. And we can provide information with regard to Dime, but we'd rather not wait another month to get this board's approval to do the extension. It really is important to get it done now. It'd be very important for the negotiations and Hanover Bank. Happy to come back next month with regard to Hanover Bank with all the information that's
Hanover
requested.
Bank introduced by Tracy to you guys? She was, that's what I thought.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But we have held Hanover's bank's hand
Sure.
for 8 months now.
Okay.
Okay.
Did anyone else have any further questions?
Terrence, did you have any questions while the gentlemen are here?
Nope, I don't have any questions. Thanks.
All right, then, well, look, we appreciate you coming in. I think we're just getting the picture cleared up. I'm sorry that you've suffered the fraud,
I don't look backwards.
but I mean,
we look forwards.
major hiccup. And we've always had the agency supported the project initially, and for whatever reason, like I said, it's fallen upon us to kind of oversee the project getting done the way we envisaged it being done and what we approved. And that to us is critical because we think that that building is a key element to the overall TOD plan for the town, and therefore the sensitivities that we demonstrate. So I have to say thank you for coming out. And I think we've got the information we want, and we'll just have to put our heads together and assemble this all.
We'll do everything we can
Getting a motion tonight?
to get, I don't think we're.
No, I'd like everybody to just walk through it, but I think the way we're going to operate right now, Peter, is if we're going to agree to have a motion, we'll do so on shorter notice, if
I'll
necessary.
move that, sure. We can do it on shorter notice.
Okay. All right, so we'll figure out how we do that correctly.
So you believe you could set a special meeting of the board in order to consider that? Thank you very much. Okay. All right. And we can turn around the information, we'll give you the information with regard to the Dime extension.
Okay.
And I think you may have been looking at the commitment letter, which was an August commitment letter, that's not necessarily closed.
Understood.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terrence, have a great holiday.
You too.
Thanks, you too.
It's a tragic
Okay.
situation.
And with that, brings me to the last item on my agenda for tonight.
Yes.
And this is simply a resolution to accept the application we've received from J. Petrocelli Riverhead Town Square LLC well, it's simply accepting the application. And the resolution clearly states that we're not making any determinations or approvals at this point in time, simply that we're going to engage in reviewing the application. And if I could have a motion supporting that.
I'll move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
And as we discussed, we'll have them in as soon as it's practicable.
Yes.
So that they can review the most recent plan. I mean,
Yes.
most of us have been reading about it, and a lot of the community knows about the project and the details of it, but it'll be good to have them come in and hear the latest.
Yes.
And so we'll try to maybe do that at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try, are we, oh, well, I'll do it after we adjourn.
All right.
I was gonna make a
Any other
motion to
comments?
adjourn if we don't have anything
No?
else.
Well, then I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. This meeting concludes at 5:34 PM. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terrence. Have a great
Thank you,
holiday.
Terrence. Happy holidays.
Bye, everyone. Happy